home.
I'm gonna stick my dick in the mashed potatoes. Go home.
This is a team sport. It's not a talent-based sport.
We got Bobby fucking Petrino back. If I'm honest with myself right now, it's a cool 12-0. Oh, look at that tornado.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the College Football Tailgate. As always, it's me, XFL Jim. Joined, of course, by the lovely Chase Sessoms, a.k.a. the Wolf of Oaklawn. And the incomparable, the immeasurable, the insurmountable Uncle Rico. Eric, what is up? Whoa. What's up, boys?
What's going on?
We're here. It's week 3. We've already had a couple games. We had some games Thursday. We had some games Friday. Thursday night's game was fun. Did you guys catch any of the Wake Forest NC State game?
Yeah.
The fire?
The food truck fire, and then the ref getting hit in the nuts.
It's a fun game. That's a fun game all around.
I didn't expect Wake Forest to put up that much of a fight.
NC State's defense is really bad.
It's really bad. But I will say this. CJ Bailey, fun as hell. He's a fun quarterback.
Fun guy.
He put on a bunch of muscle. Like he was like super skinny last year.
They're fun. I think NC State's a fun team.
Do you sprinkle a little bit on him to win the Heisman?
I don't. So I try not to get too ahead of myself. I made the mistake last year. At this time I sprinkled a little bit on Nico. Because, remember how crazy he looked at when Tennessee's, first 3 games or something like that?
Yeah.
And then SEC play started and came crashing down to earth. But, I don't know. There's a couple guys that I'm, interested.
Yeah.
All I know is I did, 3 Heisman tickets? Castellanos, 100-1. He's a set, according to the power rankings, he's second. And my boy Dampy are 50-1. And he's 4th right now in the little power rankings. So I'm going to be doing my victory. I'm going to have my chest out a little bit. So
you could also take a victory lap here, Eric, because last night's games kind of had a couple priors. I think K-State's actually really bad this year.
Might be.
The reason being, I don't know. So obviously, I think I heard some takes. So I wonder, see if you agree with this. This season, K-State took in a lot of transfers and tried to boost up their roster that way. Okay. And I think K-State, maybe similarly to Clemson, it's such a culture program that maybe they weren't able to get these guys all ingrained in the K-State way of doing things. I also don't know why they seem so hesitant to try and run Avery Johnson.
Only they can answer this, Jim. Only they can.
No, but even if you don't think he's a good, he's a good runner. He is a good runner of the ball.
I mean, realistically, they should just be running the Wildcat with them.
They should just run option.
Yeah.
Just run a spread option offense.
Yeah.
Is Klein still their offensive coordinator? Colin Klein?
No, he's at A&M now.
Okay.
But I don't know. K-State, maybe. I'm not going to call them the worst team in the Big 12, but they're bottom half for sure.
I mean, this is the second year in a row where a team has gone overseas and they came back and they've just been dog shit. Last year happened to Florida State.
2021 happened to Nebraska.
Yeah. So
remember, never forget. And also, Colorado losing to Houston. I think Houston's actually just pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, we love Willie Fritz.
We're super pro Willie Fritz here.
Yeah, so I I thought they looked pretty good. Like, they looked really good running the ball. They've got a little running back that's, really hard to bring down. And I saw, what's his name, drop it in the bucket a couple of times on some deep throws.
And Dion could be the worst coach inside of 2 minutes understanding time management.
He's up there with like Mario for time management blunders.
I mean, he's
bad.
He's really bad. Like, no, I think he's worse than Mario. I think
you're probably right.
And he is legitimately bad.
I think you guys are forgetting it's prime time. So he works on his own separate clock.
That's
Did
fair.
you guys ever see his music video? Must Be the Money.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Wearing some like pleated ass white pants. And yeah, dude.
Best music video ever, dude. I still jam it out, dude. When I'm jamming. It's in my playlist, if you will.
It's up there with the Shaq. Do you want me to shoot it? No.
That one I have seen.
Yeah, so
you haven't seen Must Be the Money?
No, I need to.
Yeah.
Jim, what are you, like 22?
No. Sadly, no.
19? Like what are we working with here, dude?
31.
You don't even remember Dion. You didn't know Dion like we knew.
I know. I didn't know Prime.
You didn't know Dion like we did.
Damn shame. And then the question I have, the last question, is UCLA potentially the worst team in California?
Potentially, yeah. I know. I think they're definitely the worst team.
Well, Stanford, I don't know. Like, it's never Stanford.
Yeah, good point. All right. I don't know.
Could UCLA beat Fresno State?
I mean, you're asking me, and I know in my heart it's going to be Fresno State.
Would UC Davis give them a run for their money?
Okay, now we're just getting crazy. Okay,
I'm just saying. Feisty FCS school. UCLA versus Stanford in a neutral site. Who's favored?
Probably Stanford.
That's rough.
Yeah. UCLA versus Kansas State.
Yeah, Kansas State. UCLA could realistically go 0-12.
What does their schedule look like? I know they got Indiana still to come.
They play at Nebraska, I believe. Or I think we go there. Yeah, we go there. So here's their schedule. I got it right here.
I love you say we like you're suiting up.
Yeah, I do. So let me tell you. See, call these out if they're a win or a loss. They go to Northwestern. They get a bye and then they go to Northwestern.
Potential win.
They get Penn State at home.
I'm gonna call that a loss.
They go to Michigan State.
I'm gonna call that a loss.
They get Maryland at home.
Call that a win.
They go to Indiana.
I'm gonna call that a loss.
Get Nebraska at home.
Well, I'm gonna be a dick and call that a win.
Shout out Sports Facts, by the way.
Yeah, he's tweaking.
They go to Ohio State.
I'm gonna call that a loss.
They get Washington at home.
I'm gonna call that a loss.
And then USC.
That's another loss.
You're giving them maybe 3 wins.
I think they can get to 3.
I think they will be lucky to get to 1. All right, boys. Ready to start going through these games today?
Let's hit it. Let's
do it.
Major game on the chopping block. Major ACC implications. Clemson at Georgia Tech. The Clemson Tigers are 2.5-point road favorites. Minus 135 on the money line for Clemson. Plus 114 for Georgia Tech. Over under is 51.5. Jace, I know you got something here.
Yeah, going with Georgia Tech on the money line here, and also going to go under. I got it at 52. If you look at the stat splits for these teams, it's pretty glaring what Clemson doesn't do very well, and it's pretty glaring what Georgia Tech does really well, which is run the football. And I think, they're up there tops in the country with like 6.7 yards per rush so far. Understand that they played, everyone gets their cupcake games in, but I think that Georgia Tech is going to give it to Clemson, who I think might be like down after like not beating Troy by a whole lot, in their last game. So give me Georgia Tech on the money line. Give me the under. I'm going to unders take it and just tombstone the fun out of this game.
Good on I Hate the Lakers getting the Georgia Tech +6. Took the gamble. I think King is playing in this one.
Yeah, I think he's going to go too.
Eric, you touching this one?
No.
You miss out on the big line.
You know what? I didn't know what was going on with King. I missed out on the 6, so I'm just marinating.
This is one of the many long list of games that all I did was sprinkle the money line just because I feel like there's a good chance they can win. I didn't want to mess around with the spread, so I did just take Georgia Tech a little bit at plus 127. Just a little sprinkle. I'm not putting. There's a lot of games where I just sprinkled. You'll get those lists. Up next, Oregon at Northwestern. Oregon is a 26.5-point road favorite on the lakefront. Total is 48.5 plus 1,700 on the money line for Northwestern. Is Oregon still in rampage mode?
We've talked about this. So Dan Lanning has small dick energy, and so they stay in rampage mode. You know, they drive their big cars and they rampage.
I have a bet on this game.
Is your bet that Oregon bringing the big giant inflatable floating duck to the lake?
No, my bet.
They better.
I am taking Northwestern plus 28. We got an early 9 a.m. kickoff body clock game for Oregon. It's going to be noon here in Evanston. Historically sluggish part for West Coast teams. Ducks just crushed Oklahoma State, and who do they have on deck? Penn State. I don't think.
Look ahead.
Possible look ahead. Only 3-2 ATS in the Big Ten as road favorites. Do we really trust more as a quarterback yet to be laying such a big number? Northwestern's run game is kind of the key. They had 5 giveaways versus Tulane. They need to be cleaner, but I think you can run this ball on Oregon. Oklahoma State was kind of having a little bit success. I think this is going to be the Northwestern coach already came out in the media. He said he's going to try to make this a grind it, low scoring, limit the possessions, try to make it ugly. When we look at Northwestern, 6 of their last 7 games as underdogs versus top 15 teams have gone under. They allow just 3 points on average in the third quarter, forcing inefficiency. We look at it, Ducks are averaging, 525 yards of offense, but if Northwestern's able to run the ball and limit their possessions, I think that's going to be a key thing. And they're also kind of going to be getting an upgrade. Oklahoma State isn't the Oklahoma State from years prior. Little Sisters of the Poor, who they played the first week, this is an upgrade from what they've been playing. I think Northwestern is going to be able to, I don't want to say handle the trenches, but at least compete in the trenches. And we're having a monsoon here. I am literally 20 minutes away from Evanston. It is like a monsoon here, a wet field, going to make it less explosive. My new little friend just sent me a picture of the field, and it is soaked. So I'm going to take, I think 28 is just way too many points.
I'm going to call disrespectful to call Montana State Little Sisters of the Poor. That's a top tier FCS school, Eric.
That is a top tier FCS school, but yeah.
Against Oregon. It's Oregon.
Yeah, but I would say Montana State's probably better than Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's disrespectful.
I don't think either one of them have the defensive or offensive lines at Northwestern.
I think Northwestern is not very good. I think they are a bottom tier Big Ten school. I took Oregon minus 15.5 first half. That's what I went with.
Okay.
I do think Northwestern probably, even if Oregon calls off the dogs, which they probably will to stay healthy for Penn State, I think Northwestern kind of gets a backdoor here.
This might be a good game to unders take here with the sloppy field.
48.5 is pretty low though for
true.
Yeah, low total, high total, low total, high spread.
Yeah. Oklahoma going to Temple as a 23.5-point road favorite. Total is set at 51.5 plus 1,200 on the money line for the Owls of Temple.
The most intimidating place to play at Temple.
I mean,
letdown spot.
I mean, you just beat Michigan. You have Auburn on deck. Auburn's quarterback used to be the quarterback for Oklahoma. This was 24.5. This thing has been bouncing all over the place. I really wanted to get in on it, but I missed the value at 24.5.
Temple actually hasn't been looking bad either.
I'll tell you what, UMass totally effed up that game in the first half. Like UMass was right there with them, and then the wheels just fell off with their stupidity.
I'm not touching this one. Interesting that I like that Oklahoma's going to Temple, though. That's fun. Wisconsin at Alabama, baby.
How many people do you think are going to be at that game?
At the Oklahoma Temple game?
Yeah.
17,000.
You think
how big is the Philadelphia,
Oklahoma
club? Like, how many are in that? That's who I think will be there.
Because I don't think many people will travel from Oklahoma because there's better games to travel to that they probably set aside. Unless they wanted to go to Philly. Like, it's an excuse to go to Philly.
Yeah,
I mean,
good chance to see the Liberty Bell.
They're playing at Lincoln Financial. That holds 68. That place.
Yeah, it'll look like a Houston Roughnecks game from this last year.
That is going to be there as.
Do you guys see the pictures from the Rose Bowl?
No.
Oh my God! There was maybe like 10,000 people there.
That's bad.
Oof.
It was bad. Wisconsin at Alabama. The Crimson Tide are 20.5-point favorites against the Badgers. Plus 800 on the money line for Wisconsin. Total is 45.5. Ugh.
Nothing.
Nope.
Ugh.
Wisconsin's got some injuries at the quarterback position too.
Yeah, I feel like this is a game that could get out of hand for Wisconsin. Because it wasn't even that good of an Alabama team last year, and they whooped them. Central Michigan versus the Wolverines. Michigan are 27.5-point home favorites here. Over under 43.5 plus 1,600 on the money line.
You know, I always want to play a directional Mich, but I do think that Michigan, after losing, has the bounce back and just whomps them.
Could you imagine a dad saying to the family, "Come on, kids, we're hitting the road to Philly to watch Oklahoma versus Temple"?
Yeah.
I am betting this game, Chase. I am betting Central Michigan versus Michigan. I am betting Central Michigan. I'm betting them plus 6.5 in the fourth quarter. I think Michigan calls off the dogs here.
What's his face?
You like that's one of the gross bets, by the way.
Biff
Yeah,
is
that's pretty gross.
Biff is an old school guy. If they get ahead, he'll take the air out of the ball and he'll just look to run.
So CMU plus 6.5 in the fourth quarter.
The main thing is with CMU just basically being Army light now. Are they going to just be so far behind the sticks in that situation that they're just constantly throwing and that leads to a pick six?
A pick six would be the worry there because I feel like Michigan's not really going to score that much once they're up, but
because their quarterback,
CMU's feisty too.
But all they do is just run.
I know.
Run.
They're going to take that clock off, dude.
Dude, so here's the deal. This is my problem with that bet because isn't Biff Poggi the coach for this game?
Yeah.
So what you're doing right now is you're disrespecting Biff Poggi, which means
No. I'm giving him respect because they will be up so far in the fourth quarter that they won't need to run it up.
It could
be zero scores in the fourth quarter.
Off the dogs. I gotcha.
Yeah, call off the dogs.
Right.
It'll be too good. Memphis versus Troy. Memphis is a 4.5-point favorite here on the road at Troy. Over unders 51.5 plus 160 on the money line for the Trojans. Are we not talking about Memphis at all?
It doesn't seem that way if you got them coming in and laying points here. Troy proved to be a pretty good football team whenever they played Clemson. Like, they're definitely not bad for the Fun Belt or anything. I'd like to see how they stack up with Memphis, but I stayed away from this completely.
I mean, I feel that this could kind of be a letdown spot for Troy.
Absolutely.
You had your chance to beat Clemson. You didn't take advantage of it. But then again, Memphis, they don't have the quarterback, the guy that's been there, the starter for 4 years. He's gone. Memphis used to be wide receiver U. Their wide receivers this year are brutal. So
their defense still hasn't gotten any better either.
It's not like the Memphis with the high octane offense that we've seen in years past.
But I still bet the over. I bet over 51.5. I did. I think Troy could put up points here too. Memphis' defense really not good. I still think Memphis' offense is good enough to put up points on Troy. They're not as bad as what Clemson showed, so I'm taking the over here. To circle back, I did forget I had a bet in the Temple, Oklahoma game. I bet over 10.5 first quarter in Temple, Oklahoma.
I am looking at the soccer field at Northwestern right now, and it looks like shit.
Is real
Take
bad.
the under.
I mean,
Hit that under.
I like this photo my friend sent me, and yeah.
Buffalo at Kent State. The Bulls are 23.5-point road favorites at Kent. Over under 48.5 plus 1,200 on the money line.
I cannot remember the coach's name
okay,
at Buffalo, but he's
There's
gotten
Wilbur.
that team humming, man.
Kent State is
Bad.
in a tough
Very
spot.
bad.
They're real
Yeah.
bad. They're real bad. I'm not touching this one. This is a game that should be played. If this was like a prime action, like Wednesday night slot, I'd actually be all over Kent State, but I can't.
Shit goes
Kent
crazy.
State team total under. Ooh,
What is it?
let's see what it is. Let's see. Kent State team total is 12.5.
Oh yeah.
Under juice to minus 105.
What's like the reverse ladder?
Just keep going under.
Yeah, just like 12.5, 10.5, 7.5.
Okay, so 12.5 minus 105, 11.5 plus 100, 10.5 plus 105, 9.5. It goes the DK, the green book goes all the way to plus 185 if you go under 7.5.
I would go under 7.5.
Plus 185.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
There you
talking
go.
about.
I don't hate that. William and Mary, Virginia. Virginia's a 27.5-point favorite here. Is there maybe sprinkle on the plus 27.5? I don't. This is probably a game that Virginia needs to dominate.
I'm not up on my Bob Mary football.
What about Towson versus Maryland? 29.5 for the Terps. Can Maryland beat anyone by 29.5? Can Maryland beat anyone by 30?
It is September.
That's fair.
September, Maryland.
Here's one I thought about. It's Nebraska Houston Christian, 44.5 points. I can't remember the last time the Huskers were 44.5 points, like favorites. Houston Christian's like a really bad FCS though,
Yeah.
and probably plus 44.5. The look ahead spot with Michigan on deck.
Maybe.
Samford Baylor 49.5. Huh? Anyone? Eric, you getting on this Samford train?
No.
Sanford would be, I don't know. I think Sanford would be a pretty savvy little play there. I'm not on it, though.
Baylor, still my favorite team for the Big 12. So
Fuck
fun.
Baylor.
Need a defense.
Fuck Baylor.
Need a defense. South Alabama at Auburn. The Tigers are 25.5-point favorites here. The total is 54.5 plus 1,300 on the money line for USA. Anyone got to play in this one? You couldn't
Not
touch
me.
it, Eric?
No.
Because I did. And I'm taking South Alabama plus 25.5 here. And I think this is where Hugh kind of gets his seat burning up or maybe even let go because I'm sprinkling on that money line for South Alabama. I'm sprinkling.
Love it when a plan comes together. That
We
made
need
me
a
so happy,
sound effect
Jim.
for that too.
Yeah,
We need a
dude.
sound effect for that bad boy.
I think it needs to be like the old Batman like newspaper. The
Oh. I'll see if I can animate that.
Oh God, that was unexpected.
I worked so hard on that too.
That was unexpected.
You tell me there's no shot South Alabama gets the upset here?
No.
No shot.
Auburn's going to run the ball. They're going to get up big. They're going to take out their quarterback. Get ready for that big game coming up against Oklahoma.
No. Letdown spot here. Look ahead. You don't look ahead over South Alabama. Louisville versus Missouri. Missouri's a 27.5-point favorite here. Over under 47.5 plus 1,700 on the money line for the Cajuns. Letdown? Maybe? For Missouri? 27.5 seems like a lot of points.
I guess that is a pretty heated rivalry thing with them versus Kansas. So it
Who's
could
Missouri got
make
on
sense.
deck?
Yeah, but we need to talk about how bad Louisiana has looked since the quarterback switch. Their quarterbacks are hurt. They almost lost him in Nice. They're just not moving the ball. If they had their regular quarterback, whose name I'm spacing on, the guy that played against Rice, I'd be all about it. Howard, but the kid that came in to replace Howard, this offense has looked putrid. Howard was there, I get it. No Howard, no chance.
Yep. New Hampshire, Ball State. 3-point spread for Ball State here. Ball State's a 3-point favorite against New Hampshire.
Yikes.
Ball State's really bad. I think Ball State potentially worse than Kent State this season.
What's New Hampshire on the money line?
Plus 120.
Not enough.
UConn. Damn right. Major Applewhite gonna have those Jags ready to play.
Major Applewhite.
Damn right.
Dude, I forgot he's still in coaching.
Yeah, he's coached USA, baby. UConn at Delaware. UConn's a 9.5-point favorite here, over under 52.5, plus 260 for the Blue Hens.
This line's moved a lot. This line was 10.5. And I'm still bitter from what I saw from UConn last week. They totally got away from the second half, how they were moving the ball against Syracuse. Their defense totally stopped pressuring. I'm sitting this one out. I want to get on UConn. I want to get on the Blue Hens if they got up, but this has just been constantly ticking down.
I agree. I mean, UConn's looked impressive. I agree that they lost that game against Syracuse more than Syracuse won it.
And I love how the Syracuse coach had them
running gassers.
I would have been, if I was a UConn coach, I would have a field day just yelling at my team. If I was the UConn coach, that is, not the Syracuse coach. If I was the
I feel like you're a Fran Brown guy.
Yeah, kind of. I relate to him.
Georgia at Tennessee. The Dogs are 3.5-point road favorites here. Total set at 50.5, plus 145 on the money line for the Volunteers. Chase, I know you got something.
It's home dog Saturday for me, Jim, because I'm all over some home dogs today. You read out the record for the last 10 years, but I've decided that record does not determine the outcome of what happens today, and I think that Tennessee covers that 4. I got it at 4 this morning. I think Rocky Top is a tough place to play, even though they've gotten mollywopped a couple times, but I think that this is actually going to be a pretty close game, and I think Tennessee keeps it within the 4.
You touch this one at all, Eric?
I did not.
I took the opposite of Chase here. I see trends. I ride trends.
Yeah.
Georgia's been dominant over Tennessee for the last 8 years.
Streak breaker. Here we go.
I took Georgia -4. Kirby. I don't know. Kirby just has Heupel's offense figured out. I just feel like he has it figured out. And I get Georgia's offense hasn't looked good. Their offensive line. Maybe play the under in this game, full game, because I feel like the units that are like best in this, the best unit in this game, I still think is the Georgia defense. I don't hate the first half under, but like I don't know, I don't like this full game. So the first half over, I don't like the full game over. Georgia -4. Oregon State versus Texas Tech. Texas Tech are 23.5-point home favorites here. Total is set at 61.5 plus 1,200 on the money line. What do teams like Texas Tech want to do right now? They want to beat up and dominate the teams that are on their schedule until they play someone real. I don't think Oregon State is a real team, and that is why I am taking Texas Tech -23.5. Also, a team like Oregon State traveling to Texas Tech. I'm going to fade that too.
And apparently the Texas Tech roster cost about $60 billion too. So
it costs a whole bunch of oil money, apparently.
That's right.
They're going for style points right now. Let's call it what it is. I mean, they're going for style points. So I can totally see them blowing them out here.
Backyard Brawl, baby. Pitt at West Virginia. The Pitt Panthers are 7.5-point road favorites. Total set at 55.5 plus 240 on the money line for the Mountaineers of West Virginia, coming off a fresh loss to Ohio. Chase.
Yeah, give me West Virginia plus 7.5 in the bounce back spot, in the rivalry game spot, in the things are crazy on the mountain spot. You know, I think
in the real hate spot. There's real hate.
Legitimate hate in this rivalry. Yeah. So I think that this game is another one that stays pretty close, and the 7.5 is a huge number for this, I think. So I'm all over it. I would even maybe take it down to like a 3.5, 4. if it's available in your book, and give it a shot. Because I could easily see this coming down to a field goal.
Yeah. I that's hence why I took Pitt, but I took them in something a little bit later.
I got something here. I took West Virginia plus a 7.5. I also took them plus 240 on the money line. Like Chase said, bounce back after a tough loss. I think they're going to be motivated here. Rich Rod has mentioned a couple times this week in the media, he's still bitter about that infamous 2007 loss to Pitt that knocked West Virginia out of a chance to win a national title. With the extra possessions because of the pace, this is going to leave a potential for a back door. And when at home, West Virginia has won 19 of the last 20 September home games, there's going to be 60,000 people there. We had, and I'm spacing on his name, who's the guy that plays in the Japanese football team that played at Colorado? That he was on spring.
Was that? Oh, no, it starts with a K, right?
Yeah.
K?
But he used to play at Colorado. He told us, Jim and I, a story when the fans took the nuts off of the tires on the bus. I mean, people are crazy out there. Last year's game, 38-34 for Pitt. When we look at the defense, they're allowing just 10 points per game, 20 total points through 2 games. Pass defense, 39th nationally, 158 and a half yards per game. They held Ohio, even though they lost, to only 250 yards in total offense. And the key thing for me is their rushing attack, 232 yards per game, 25th in FBS, 5.7 yards per carry. I think they're going to be able to run the ball even with White out because of the depth they have. I think this number's inflated. I think Pitt's a little overvalued after beating CMU and Duquesne's. I really am not a big fan of their team. I'm not a fan of their quarterback. I get a rivalry.
Don't you disrespect Eli Holstein on this fucking show.
I get a rivalry game. I get 7.5. I feel 240 is worth a shot too against an untested team. So I'm doing
love it. I love everything about what you just said.
I took Pitt, but a little bit later.
I'll buy a West Virginia football T-shirt if they fucking win this game. That's my bet with myself.
I like that. I like rivalries with real, like, unadulterated hate. Also, perhaps a little poignant. Eric, do you remember the score of that Rich Rod West Virginia Pitt game in 2007?
I do not.
West Virginia loses 13-9. Today's date is 9/13.
Oh,
snap.
Oh, baby.
Snapple. Something
is in the air, in the mountains, potentially. That's gonna be like main screen on the quad. That's gonna be. I'm gonna have the quad box set up for the afternoon slate as well. That's gonna be the one that gets the sound. I'm so excited. What a great day. Next, USC Purdue. USC is a 20.5 point road favorite at Purdue. Total is 59.5 plus 850 on the money line. I got 2 bets in this one.
Are you messing with it because of the crossing the Rockies reverse angle here?
No, because I'm not backing Purdue. Even though I do think, obviously, I think Purdue is still not a good team, but I think they're feisty this year just because I feel like the coaching has gone up so much.
One thing I've noticed watching all these games, and I'm trying to be less psychotic and actually watch with the sound on, how many transfers from Purdue are at power programs?
They've had dudes.
You know what I mean? Like, transferred in from Purdue, from Purdue. Purdue was 0-10, 0 and whatever last year. It was caught me off guard. But I did nothing in this game.
Let's make some money. Always asking about. Always asking.
There are a couple premier days that are in between there. This and the Breeders' Cup. Like today, you got the Iroquois and the Pocahontas at Churchill Downs, and those are both road to the Oaks and road to the Derby qualifying points races. So it's there's still a little stuff going on, but for the most part, you can be a little bit cool about it. I guess.
And what I notice is if you subscribe to the Notorious OTB, you get the weekly updates, multiple episodes a week.
Yeah, usually 5 a week when I'm not being a baby back bitch in the mornings,
So for USC Purdue, here are my bets. I took the over 59.5.
Ooh.
Yep. And then I took USC minus 4.5 in the fourth quarter because I feel like if teams aren't calling off the dogs, It's USC's one of them. Like I watched that last. They did not call off the dog. They blew them out. Their opponent. They did not call off the Dogs. I don't think Lincoln calls off the Dogs. I think they're still rolling deep in the fourth quarter. Washington State, North Texas. North Texas, the Mean Green, are 5.5-point home favorites here. Chase, I know you were looking for this one to put in your home dog slate, but no, they are favored with a total of 58.5, plus 180 on the money line for the Cougs of Washington State.
I'm not playing it, but I'm telling you, like, I love me some North Texas. I say this all the time. I almost went to college there if like I would have been good at school, but unfortunately, no. What do you think here? Are you playing this one?
I'm not touching this one. I think the Pac-2 are like in really bad spots right now. Old man complaining about Detroit, North Texas big. Coming on North Texas big. I can see it. I mean, it's not out of the world. Like Washington State's a bad team.
Yeah.
SMU, Missouri State. SMU is a 27.5-point favorite here. Over under is 60.5 plus 1,600. Any
the fact that SMU has a pretty shaky kicker, it seems, because didn't he end up missing 2 in the stretch there that cost him?
And their defense isn't nearly as good as last year.
Yeah.
Penn State, Villanova. Look ahead spot for Penn State. You taking the plus 47.5? No?
No.
Cowards. I'm not either. Youngstown State, Michigan State, 24.5. Eric, you dabbling?
I'm not dabbling.
You going to put Michigan State in a teaser? Get them down to 19, 18.5?
I am not partaking.
Actually, a tease for Michigan State. No, I think about it. Richmond, North Carolina. The Richmond Spiders are 21.5-point road dogs at UNC with a total of 48.5 plus 1,000 on the money line. Bill Belichick just going to keep beating up on these gimme games.
He didn't even really beat up on Charlotte, though.
I know. Here's an interesting one, or at least one that's normally interesting because the offenses are fun. Incarnate Word at UTSA. UTSA is a 18.5-point favorite. 61.5 is the total. Could we see some offense in this game? This one could be a sneaky fun FCS versus FBS game.
Perhaps. Did you see that they're doing for the Roadrunner jerseys? Like if you're a first generation college student, you get like a first gen patch.
Okay, that's sick.
Yeah. Team Swag does play heavily into college football.
Toledo, 33.5-point favorite over Morgan State. Cincinnati, 48.5-point favorite over Northwestern State. I think this is like the last week of these FCS games, right?
I think so.
Then we start getting into conference play. Iowa State, Arkansas. Iowa State at Arkansas State.
Yeah.
Iowa State is a 21.5-point road favorite. Total is 56.5 plus 950 for the Red Wolves of Arkansas State. Chase, is this part of your home dog?
No, it's not. Because I do think that Iowa State is pretty. I don't know. It should be jumping in Jones Boogie Rockin' Saw, man. That's going to be a pretty good, a pretty good game to have hosted there. But like my wife was thinking about going to this game because she like was born like 20 minutes from Ames, so she couldn't get anyone to go with her to Jonesboro for it though.
I mean,
this is like a classic Iowa State letdown usually.
And I wanted to get there, but I missed the number, so I just.
What was the number you were looking for?
20 over 24.
It was did it open there or did it come down? Damn. Sharps on Arkansas State. UTEP and Texas.
I mean, like, if you think about it, look at their schedule. They
haven't had a bye either, right?
They haven't had a bye. They've been playing all over. Physical game against Iowa. And I'm going to say this till I'm blue in the face. We really still don't know how good Iowa State is. Kansas State looks like dog shit. South Dakota State lost to Lamar. Iowa still can't complete a forward pass.
That game's always weird, though, no
Yeah.
matter what. So I still think Iowa State's defense is good.
Yeah.
Their offense, I think, is decent. I'll say decent. I think a lot of it relies on Rocco Becht, and if he's not having a good game, they can't really do much. I haven't liked Iowa State's seeming inability to run the ball.
Yeah, that's true.
UTEP at Texas, 39.5 points.
I will say this. I'm in a survivor for college football.
Did you take Texas here?
I took Texas here, dude. Texas is my team this week in Survivor, dude.
There you go. Are you allowed to take, so for Survivor in college football, you take any team, or is it just
You take any team, and it's like every other week you have to pick 2 teams.
okay, but it's not just like exclusively Power 4?
Oh, dude, there's like
It's all FBS?
no FBS. It's
all FBS, no FCS.
yeah. So I
Okay.
mean, like hypothetically, in week 8, I could take Toledo over Kent State.
Okay. I like that. Surprisingly hyped matchup. The biggest game on the CW in history. It's South Florida at Miami. The Hurricanes are 17.5-point home favorites. Total is 56.5 plus 550 on the money line for the Bulls of South Florida.
I love that
Can
it's
they
on the
do it again?
I love that it's on the CW because you're going to see commercials advertising for like syndicated episodes of like the Gilmore Girls and shit. Like
You're going to get, after this game, you're going to run into a Charmed rerun.
I wanted to get there with Miami, but this number moved. I mean, it was 16.5, and immediately it jumped up to over 17.
Do you think South Florida could keep it close?
I mean, dude, you're coming off beating Florida, beating Boise State. And they can lose this game, and they can probably lose one more game in the American, and they're still.
I think as long as they win the American, they're probably in. Yeah.
You can't argue with it. But if it wouldn't surprise me if they're down like 14 in the fourth, or like, you know what I mean, 14, 17 points. We see them not show like the normal fight. Maybe take Brown out a little bit early to try to rest them up.
Well, I was going to say, like, their quarterback, Brown, if you look at, like, some advanced stats, he's been hit, like, really hit more than a lot of other quarterbacks. Like, he's been taking damage. And you need him. Were we just a year early on South Florida, Eric?
I think we were. But, dude, we got him this year, too. I mean, we got him to win the conference. You know, we ran it back. Dude, I got stuff. Everything for me is later in the day.
I was gonna say he's in the late slate. He's in the late slate, baby. Okay, this is one of those money line games, by the way, that I sprinkled. I just sprinkled on South Florida because I think they could. Just a little sprinkle, nothing crazy. I got it at plus 656.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. Just sprinkle. They have a shot. They've shown they can do it.
Mario does dumb shit.
And yes, Mario does dumb shit. Just a little sprinkle. And
So
I did.
if Florida wins, that could be the soundbite. You saying Mario does dumb shit.
Yeah. I'll tell you to get like all the sprinkles. I ended up like making a whole parlay out of them, like one big, like 12-team parlay. It's the lottery ticket one. I'll just say right now, 100,000 to 1.
What has more sprinkles? The sprinkles you're doing today, or the sprinkles on a donut?
Donut probably.
Okay.
Donut has more than 12 sprinkles.
Respect.
Liberty, Libibity at Bowling Green. Liberty are 5.5-point road favorites here. Over under 51.5 plus 170 on the money line. Chase. No. This is a home dog plus your hate of Liberty.
I know, but I think that they have a little bit of a bounce back spot because they ran into just a superior football team last Saturday, who I'm going to talk about more later.
Okay. I thought about it. I thought about it. And I do have them I have Bowling Green a little bit later. Little tease. Middle Tennessee versus Nevada. Nevada's a 9.5-point favorite here. Total's 49.5. Middle Tennessee has gone okay. Liberty's really bad. I like Georgia as a coach. Took Bowling Green. I like it. I did. Bowling Green is one of the teams that I sprinkled the money line on, by the way. Sprinkle. Middle Tennessee used to be like middle of the pack. They are awful right now. Awful. The battle for Florida supremacy, FAU versus FIU. Florida International are 2.5-point home favorites. The total is 56.5 plus 105 on the money line. Sing to him, Eric.
I took FIU minus 2.5. Shula Bowl rivalry. FIU is desperate to snap this 7-game losing streak versus FIU. Players, coaches have been very capable. FIU 3-1 in their last 4 September home games. And the Panthers are a business casual 2-0 ATS. They covered first week. They covered as 41.5-point dogs at Penn State. 5 straight non-conference game. Defensive line, I expect FIU's defensive line to pressure Vanderkamp, the FAU quarterback. Vanderkamp, he has 1 TD to 2 INTs. Now he's facing FIU is top 80 in the country against the run, only allowing 3.8 yards per carry. They showed a lot of toughness against Penn State. They didn't get bullied around as they've done in the past. I really like the coaching hire that they made, the guy from Florida A&M. Jenkins, he's due for a breakout. He has yet to have a passing touchdown. I think we look to get him here. I think the wide receivers for FIU are going to be able to take advantage of FAU's 112th ranked pass defense. FIU 4.2 yards on the ground. FAU 105th nationally, allowing 140 yards on the ground. I think FIU is going to be able to move the ball against this FAU team, whose defense is not that good. I like the matchup here. I like the coaching staff. Give me FIU minus 2.5.
I got a minus straight up on the 2. Eric, if you guys remember from our preview shows, we loved FIU coming into the season.
And I know that
very high on
the offense has kind of been dink and dunk. They haven't really been opening up the playbook. Why are you going to open up the playbook against whoever they played, BC, Bithram, Count, whatever they did for
Bethune-Cookman or someone like that?
Little Sisters of the Poor the first week, and then Penn State. You know what I mean? Why are you going to open it up there? This is the game where they'll look to start to expand the playbook and everything.
I love it. Love it. Anyone dabbling with Eastern Kentucky plus 5.5 versus Marshall? Plus 15.5, I mean? Didn't make it on anyone's card?
No.
Merrimack, 13.5-point dogs against Kennesaw State.
Whew.
No.
That's just a oof.
Mississippi State being a 40.
What'd you say?
Did Marshall win last week?
I think so. No.
This is the kind of game that
they
you
did
see
not,
on
Eric.
like
No, they did
ESPN plus, and it's filmed by a sophomore who's standing on
No.
the bleachers.
That was Missouri State's first win as an FBS school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I totally agree with the comment. Right.
I feel like you need to fade Marshall anytime they're favorites.
I would agree.
Not a bad call. Eastern Kentucky, I might add Eastern Kentucky to my card. 15.5, a lot of points. We'll see. Arkansas at Ole Miss. Ole Miss are 6.5-point home favorites here. Over under 62.5 plus 190 on the money line for the Razorbacks. You bet this one, Chase?
We almost always win, Jim, and I say we keep it close. I'm taking them plus 6.5. It's a dirty homer pick, I know, but like I said, we almost always win. So I think we keep it close.
I feel like you almost win with worse Arkansas teams and better Ole Miss teams.
That's fair too.
He's almost win.
So
Yeah.
I am also on Arkansas plus 6.5 here. Let's make some money.
There's a T-shirt that says that, and it's the cool thing I've seen. Ole Miss big. Oh, not big. They might win, but I don't think it's going to be big.
I mean,
What's
dude,
the
Lane
history
didn't
here?
apologize to the gamblers last week. He's like, dude, I want to tell you guys I'm sorry.
Like, have there been any blowouts in this one?
We got blown out.
21-17, so 4. That's way a while back. 63-31 last season.
Yeah.
That's probably the closest. Then 27-20, 42-27 Arkansas, though, in 22.
And then 21 was that overtime game.
52-51,
Yeah.
33-21. Yeah, this is I'm on Arkansas plus the 6.5 here. I'm also sprinkling. I'm sprinkling. Plus 196, I'm going to sprinkle. And then I'm
not
also...
I'm not going to bring up your watermark again because I'm afraid I'm wearing out its welcome. So I'm going to chill on that every time you sprinkle.
I took the over 62.5 in this game too. I like the way that Kentucky was able to move the ball against Ole Miss, and I don't think Kentucky's offense is good. And I get that Arkansas hasn't played anybody.
Yeah.
Taylon Green's one of the most exciting players he's so fucking fun, dude.
He's pretty
so fun.
He will throw some baffling interceptions sometimes.
Oh, he will throw something.
Yeah, you gotta take the good with the bad there.
It's gonna be awesome. Ohio at Ohio State. The Buckeyes are 28.5-point favorites here. Over under 49.5 plus 1,800 on the money line. Did you get there with Ohio, Eric?
No. Sorry.
Western Michigan at Illinois. Illinois is a 27.5-point favorite here. If Western Michigan wasn't like shit, I'd probably be here, but they're real bad.
Well, what you're saying is if it was the PJ Flack team, you would be betting them here?
Or if instead of Western, like if you flipped Western and Central.
Yeah.
Like if Central was playing Illinois and was like 27.5 point dog, I'd be all over them. ODU at Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech are 5.5-point home favorites here. Over under 51.5 plus 185 on the money line. Nothing. We'll sprinkle. We'll sprinkle on ODU here. That seat's getting hot.
I feel like you're teasing me by saying sprinkle so many times, and I've got...
Dude, I have so many sprinkles. There's so many sprinkles here. Jacksonville State, Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern are 3-point home favorites here. Over under 58.5 plus 130 on the money line. Chase.
If you keep giving me Jacksonville State plus money, I'm going to keep taking Jacksonville State plus money. This team is a wagon of a team. So just give me the sprinkle, Jim, plus 130. I
sprinkled here too. Plus 133. Jacksonville
I'm glad
State.
that we did that with alternate arms, so it looked like we were...
Is there any game this Jim guy didn't bet on? These are sprinkles. These aren't full bets. These are sprinkles.
Sprinkles.
Take like your McDonald's money, sprinkle a little bit. USF, you put $10 on fucking USF, you walk home with 60. Whatever.
Put
a little sprinkle.
Whatever, man.
Put a little sprinkle. App State, Southern Miss. App State is a 3.5-point road favorite here. Over under 56.5 plus 145 on the money line. I knew Eric. I saw this game on the board. I knew Eric was betting it. I bet I know what side you're on too.
What side am I on, Jim?
Are you on Southern Miss?
I'm on Southern Miss here.
Yeah,
I got +4. There's a South Belt trend. Home dogs 3-6 cover it 58% of the time in their conference openers. We look at Huff as a coach, 57% against the number overall, but as a dog, 63%. Now we look at Southern Miss, run defense, red zone strength. They're ranked top 50 in both categories. I expect Southern Miss's advantages in the trenches. They're going to be able to pressure App State quarterback AJ Swan consistently. Plus, I really don't feel you can trust AJ Swan on the points, on the road, laying points. When we look at the dual threat quarterback of Southern Miss, Braxton, I think he's going to be able to give this App State front pressure. You have Davis on the outside. I don't think they're going to be able to guard him with the DBs that they have. Southern Miss offensive line should be able to hold up. I think they have the advantages in both categories. App State vulnerable to perimeter weapons such as Davis. Secondary can be exploited. Road favorites historically in the Sun Belt struggle early, laying points. So that I have the trends, I have the matchup, I have a red zone defense, I have a solid defense. Look, give me Southern Miss here +4.
I think I'd argue also wrong team favored.
Yeah.
I feel like Southern Miss is beginning a shitload of disrespect. And that's why. Sprinkle. Just a little sprinkle. Sprinkle on that money line. +155. Come on.
I'll get to that a little bit later, Jim. Is that what you said?
Rice Prairie View, 29.5. Anyone on Rice? Murray State, Georgia State. All right, here's the night game. Texas A&M at Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish are 6.5-point home favorites with a total of 49.5 plus 200 on the money line for the Aggies. Anybody? Anybody?
This is a real interesting game for me.
I don't know. Do we know anything about Notre Dame at all?
I mean, they have the freshman quarterback who looked better in the second half against Miami. I'll give him that. First start at home, going against Elko defense, but this isn't historically the Elko defenses that we've seen in the past. Texas A&M, what's their offense going to look like? They got the kid. I'm totally going to butcher this name from NC State, Concepcion. You know,
KC Concepcion.
He's going to be playing in the slot. Historically speaking, Freeman, that is the way to attack their defense in the slot in the middle of the field. Is Texas A&M going to be able to stop the run? You have maybe the best running back of the game, Love, but why did Love only get 10 carries against Miami? Did anyone find that odd? And if Notre Dame loses this game, their schedule up to USC is a bunch of cupcakes. This is basically an elimination game for Notre Dame. I'm not doing anything here.
A little sprinkle on A&M. Just a little bit. Like you said, Elko. Dude, I love Mike Elko against a freshman quarterback. And I feel like Texas A&M, their offensive line is going to be able to, dominate.
All I know is last year with that Texas A&M defensive line, Elko wasn't able to create pressures against the starting freshman left tackle making his first start on the road.
Yeah, but also it was a weird vibe, Texas A&M. Remember the quarterback that they had?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's different. It's different this season. Everything's going to be different for Texas A&M, and somehow they're still going to wind up at 9-3, 8-4. Florida at LSU. Craziness at Death Valley. LSU are 7-point home favorites here, over under 47.5, plus 230 on the money line for the Gators. Anybody touching this one? Oh, you both do, right?
Yeah, Chase can lead off.
Start with Chase.
Yeah, I think you get Florida in a big bounce back spot here because I do think that they're probably in a look ahead spot playing against USF. This is it's a sneaky rivalry. It's a crazy rivalry, though. There's a lot of history of this game being traditionally close, and I think
the shoe game from a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
that ended Dan Mullen's career at Florida.
Oh, I thought Missouri ended Dan Mullen's career.
No, I mean one of the nails in the I feel like this is where they
Yeah. No, I think that Florida keeps it close here. I mean, it just kind of how the schedules align with these two teams. It makes a lot of sense that Florida would be on the uptick here because I think this was the look ahead spot for them. So yeah, give me Florida there plus the 7.
Yeah, I'm on Florida here. I actually got this at 7.5. I also sprinkled in the money line plus 235. Napier as a dog, 68.4% against the number. As a dog in the SEC, 68.8%. Off a loss, 64.7%. Look, he's just showing that he's covers in these spots. LSU has really struggled running the ball behind a rebuilt offensive line. Their starting center could be out for the game, and this is huge because Florida is getting Banks back up front. LSU's win over Clemson. This win is getting less and less and less impressive every single week. LSU has struggled in the red zone this week. They rank outside the top 50 in third down conversion and explosive plays. I think Florida is going to be able to run the ball. I think running the ball is going to open up some stuff down the field. This is a desperate Florida team. Napier has showed this is when he covers. I took the 7.5. I took the plus 235. I think LSU is overvalued because after they went into Death Valley and won, everyone just elevated them. And Clemson just looks like dog shit.
What's up with LSU's offense?
Offensive line just isn't clicking, man.
Like the side of the field that we expect, their defenses look good.
I think you can run on their defense. They're banged up a little bit up front. It is a rebuilt offensive line that's starting to gel, but if the center's not there, who's kind of the quarterback of the offensive line, and Nessmeyer struggles with pressure, that's a disaster waiting to happen.
All I did was here. We'll sprinkle. Plus 240 on Florida. Plus 240.
I only got the 225. You got a better line than you, probably.
Yeah, plus 240 on the sprinkle. Eastern Michigan, Kentucky. 26.5-point favorite. This would be like, Eric, we've said this time, this is like, if Eastern Michigan had a quarterback that we didn't absolutely hate, I would love them in this spot.
Jim, I bet Eastern Michigan, I got 25.5. I think this is a flat spot for Kentucky coming off a physical, emotional loss to Ole Miss. Bye week on deck. Then looking at their schedule, they have 6 ranked SEC opponents lined up. I think we're going to see a conservative approach here. I think they're going to be a grinded out. Wildcats more likely to play slow, wear down EMU, then look to win with a huge margin. We look at Chris Creighton, 59% against the number as an underdog, 65% against the number as a road underdog. Playing against the power conferences, 62% as a dog against the number. He just kind of thrives in these we're getting no respect situations. Kentucky changing quarterbacks. They're going to have a new quarterback under center. But also the big news, there is rumbles that if Noah Kim doesn't start off good, Eastern Michigan is going to be making a quarterback switch. And
yes,
that is huge. And you mentioned earlier, I don't trust this Kentucky offense. You don't trust this Kentucky offense. I feel this is anything over 24 is just way too big of a number. I got Eastern Michigan here plus 25.5.
Is Chris Creighton the most likely college football coach that you could see as a Disney movie character, like a coach in a fictional movie, rallying his guys, conditioning them, whipping them into shape?
Are you talking about an Air Bud sort of scenario?
Yeah, the us against the world. they're no one believes in us.
Oh man.
ECU, Coastal Carolina. The Pirates are 10-point favorites here. I'm mentioning this one because I have it later, but also I think Coastal Carolina, I feel like Tim Beck should be on the hot seat. They're bad. Coastal looks bad.
They look really bad.
New Mexico State, La Tech, Louisiana Tech is a 10-point favorite here against New Mexico State. 42.5. There's been a couple.
I really miss back to Coastal. When we have those teams that are I don't use the term Cinderella, mid-major, whatever you want to turn them. That are
You can say Cinderella.
Gotta appreciate them, man. I miss that Coastal Carolina year. When they went undefeated.
2020.
Yeah. And BYU had an opponent cancel. Props to BYU who went to Coastal to play. Dude, that was a fun ass game.
That was one of the best games of the whole season. UMass at Iowa. The Hawkeyes are 34.5-point favorites here with a total of 44.5.
Did you see what UMass is doing? They have 8 starters. They're just they're hurt. They're not playing.
Probably smart.
Yeah.
Probably smart. I wanted to maybe touch the under, but I couldn't. I just didn't.
Man, I don't know. Iowa and unders. Come on, man.
I know.
Should we?
I got it last week. Should we though? I don't know.
Should we?
No, because I feel like in the back of my head, I'm maybe this will be the game that they finally click on offense when it's against a bad team.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
Sports Tech, what was the name of that Coastal QB and what's he doing? That was Grayson McCall, and he is medically retired from football.
Yeah, he got wrecked when he played for NC State?
NC State, yeah, he got wrecked.
Yeah. Absolutely wrecked.
Vanderbilt at South Carolina. The Gamecocks are 3-point home favorites here. Over under 48.5 plus 124 on the money line for the Commodores. Chase, take it away.
Yeah. I know doing this means I'm against Diego Pavia, means that I'm taking my fucking life into my own hands here, but I'm going to take South Carolina as the home favorite, -3. I just think that the South Carolina team is literally good in all 3 phases of the game. They'll return punts, they'll score on defense, they'll score on offense. I think at home that Lenore Sellers kind of turns it on. And, you could see a shootout, but I still think that South Carolina gets it by more than a field goal.
I got nothing.
You got nothing in this one, Eric? I think I saw a stat. Vakari Swain for South Carolina. Does he have 3 punt returns on the season already? For
Something
touchdowns?
like I know I've seen the one. I didn't see the other two. That's for sure. If he did get them,
I know he at least has 2. He might have 3.
Yeah,
which I believe it's.
I hate to say it's just Beamer ball. It's just they're playing Beamer ball, and it's pretty good right now.
I a little sprinkle on Diego Pavia, a little sprinkle on the Vanderbilt here. I hate the Lakers. Love Vanderbilt here. Got the plus 5.5 earlier in the week.
Yeah, I mean, that game swung because like that punt return TD, it was called back on like there was like some fluky penalty that it was called back. They punted the ball, did the punt return, and then there was some fluky call on Vatek, so they had him repunt it, and then the guy returned it for a touchdown. That was the game right. That was the difference in that game right there.
I do worry that I guess like. Both similarly for both these teams. I feel like obviously the entire offense for Vanderbilt is Diego Pavia. I do worry that the entire offense for South Carolina is like Lenore Sellers right now. There are worse people you could put the entire thing around because both those guys are studs. But
do you consider the fact that he's got like a 27-year-old, 28-year-old running back standing next to him, like grown ass man in football?
To me, like I don't know, the running game for South Carolina. I haven't watched a ton. I only watched a little bit of that Virginia Tech game, but like I don't know. Leave me wanting a little bit. Duke at Tulane. The Green Wave are 1.5 point home favorites here. Total is 52.5 plus 100 on the money line. Revenge spot for Tulane.
I think Duke just turned the ball over again right now.
Yeah.
I mean, what the living fuck was that shit last week?
Was it 5 turnovers?
Yeah. I mean, 5 turnovers, 2 or 3 that were in Illinois zone, a fucking pump fumble inside their own 10.
Yeah, dude.
Just constantly just shooting themselves in the foot. Manny Diaz defense didn't look like a Manny Diaz defense at all. Like, if you bet this game, props to you, because I don't like either one of these teams.
I'll be watching it.
I won't.
I'll be watching it. Depending on, 7 o'clock, depending on what the other games are, I'll see what my quad box setup is. Utah at Wyoming. 23.5 point road favorites against the Cowboys.
I mean, dude, Heisman winner Dampier is going to put on a show, but I got nothing here.
And also Cam Rising is questionable here too.
I feel like years past we would be all over Wyoming.
Yeah, when Craig Bull was the coach, but there's no more Craig. Wyoming has the most least impressive shutout victory against Akron.
Speaking of which, Akron still has not scored a single point this season.
If Akron is not your screen, you and I are no longer friends.
Akron has not scored a single point this season yet.
Jesus, that's tough.
Yeah. Navy at Tulsa.
But imagine the celebration when they do score that touchdown. That's
dude, they
fantastic.
had 2 blocked field goals against Nebraska last week. It was
They better like get a penalty whenever they're celebrating that point. Just everyone storm the field.
Navy at Tulsa. Navy's a 14.5 point road favorite here against the Golden Hurricanes. 51.5 is the total. Eric, tell me you're taking the Golden Hurricane.
I took Tulsa plus 14.5 from Jim. I also took him plus 455.
Come on!
Both academies, the last 20 years, 30 and 46 laying points. Navy specifically, 28% against the number as a 14 or more point favorite. Now, in terms of the money line, this is just an ROI play. Like when the team is a service academy and the team they're playing against is a home dog, the home dog is 20.3% ROI on the money line. When it's 14% or more, it jumps to 32.7% ROI. So I just have to take that alone with those numbers. We already saw Carleton State beat Army as a 28 point underdog early in the season. Tulsa is going to have the tempo in the passing attack, averaging 400 yards per game. Perfect against this Navy secondary, which is a weakness. UAB was throwing the ball all over them during that game. And honestly, if it wasn't for those 2 turnovers in the second half, it was looking like UAB actually had a chance to beat Navy. Navy struggles with the mobile quarterbacks. Tulsa can look to exploit this. Run defensively, Tulsa is actually decent versus the run. I think they're going to be able to limit Navy's option attack, get them into passing downs. I think they're going to be able to hold their own in the trenches. Navy has offensive line concerns, back end concerns as shown by this UAB team last week. This isn't your normal Navy team. I think Tulsa is very live here, especially at home under the new coaching staff. Who they also could be making a quarterback switch. I think this new quarterback brings a little bit more to the table. I took the 14.5 and plus 455 on the money line.
Take that golden hurricane, Eric. Take it. Abilene Christian TCU, 40.5 points. No. Akron at UAB, 11.5 point home favorites for UAB. Does Akron score? Do they get points in this one?
The bigger question is, what's Akron's team total in this game?
Let's take a look. Open link in new tab. Akron's team total is. You guys want to guess?
7.5.
No, I'll say 14.5.
It is 22.5.
No shit.
Minus 110 under 22.5. You want to do a reverse ladder there?
No, because, dude, UAB's defense is really bad.
I know.
But then again, who's UAB with how bad that defense is to be laying this points?
Akron is putrid.
If Akron would have beat Wyoming, which they should have, would have showed any fight against Nebraska,
which they did not.
I could be talked in here, but this is the worst possible start for Akron. You lose a game to Wyoming you shouldn't have. You get boat raced. You can't play in a bowl game. I mean, this is just going to be, hey, we're just going through the motions here. Now, this team seriously may not.
Warhead hot seat?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like, right?
100%.
Like, how long has he been there? 4 years? 5 years?
This is year 4, but this is by far the best team he's had.
They're bad.
Yeah. I think that's more they're not motivated.
I think, yes. Air Force at Utah State. Air Force is a 4.5 point road favorite here, over under 51.5, plus 164 on the money line. I wanted to get there with Utah State. I wanted to. I just couldn't. I feel like we talked about Utah State's a team to back in like a couple years. Southern University versus Fresno State, 37.5 points. Bleh. Sports Facts is Air Force -4. Don't hate it. I don't hate it. Minnesota at Cal. Minnesota, the Golden Gophers are 2.5 point road favorites, over under 40.5, plus 124 on the money line. Chase, this did make the list.
Yes, this is part of Home Dog Saturday. You got the Calgorithm at home, getting points, and you have a team crossing the Rockies. Like, I'm going to take this shot most of the time. Teams going to the West Coast are always a fade spot for me. So give me the Calgorithm +3, and I'm going to work them into my round robin a little bit later.
9:30 p.m. body clock for Minnesota.
That time difference is real, Jim. We've done it before. That time difference is real whenever you hit Pacific.
A little sprinkle on Cal for me. A little sprinkle on Cal.
You know what? That gets that. That gets that right there, Jim.
Yeah. Dude, Wilcox is a dog.
Wilcox is a dog, is a covering machine.
Especially as a close dog. Yeah, Wilcox is a dog. They're playing for the sandwich. They're playing for the sandwich shop, damn it.
Yeah. Do you remember the name of the sandwich shop?
If I look it up, I'll be able to find it. Not off the top of my Eric, it has been it's been 6 years since I've been to Berkeley.
You old fuck.
Maybe 7. I think 2018 might have been the last time I went to Berkeley.
Was that like a high school trip you went there?
No, my girlfriend at the time was going to Berkeley. She was a student at Cal. So I'd go up there every once in a while.
She was a freshman, you were a senior in high school?
What?
Huh?
No. I was fucking.
Texas State at Arizona State. Texas State at Arizona State. The Sun Devils are 17.5 point home favorites here. Over under 60.5. Plus 600 on the money line for the Bobcats at Texas State. Letdown spot for Texas State.
I mean, what about Arizona State? Baylor on deck?
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know. I don't trust Texas State.
I mean, if you're gonna bet this game, and I'm not gonna use the word mean, I'm just gonna say if you feel the urge to bet this game, I would definitely bet the over. Real quick, we're talking about Wilcox 64.6% ATS as a dog, dude. That is pretty solid numbers.
Cheese and stuff by the name is the name of the sandwich place.
72%.
Cheese and stuff.
72% is a home dog. But yeah, I got nothing in this game. I would definitely, if I had to bet it, I would go to the over. But in terms of, sides, I don't know. I get the argument for both teams.
And then the final game of the day that I assure you Eric will not be up for. Sorry, there's two more. Boston College of Stanford's one of them. BC minus 14 here, over under 44.5. Plus 425 on the money line for the Cardinal. Crossing the Rockies.
Crossing the Rockies.
Double time zone.
I refuse. I'm not going to put my life in the hands of Boston College at all.
You mean Stanford?
No way. Or Stanford, either one. I don't want it to.
Stanford's the home team.
I know Stanford's the home. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying you got two coaches just battling it out.
Yeah. I'm not touching it.
I don't know. Don't want any.
And then the game that assuredly Eric will not be up for, Portland State at Hawaii. 37.5 point favorite Hawaii is.
Jesus, dude.
11 p.m.
I mean, as soon as that Florida game is done, my old ass is in the sack, dude.
I don't know, man. Texas State, Arizona State could be fun. Boys, you ready for your round robins?
Yep.
Eric, why don't you start us off?
Mine's very simple. West Virginia, Southern Miss, Florida, and Tulsa. Boom, boom, boom.
Eric looks like he doesn't sleep. He barely does.
Dude, I think I had 3 hours last night.
Chase, what are you rolling with for the round robin?
Got the home dog round robin. I'm taking Georgia Tech on the money line, Tennessee +4, West Virginia +7.5, Cal +3, and you can play it straight as a parlay +14.01.
So I did all the money line little sprinkles as just a parlay. It's about the odds are like 177,000 to 1. So it's a little lottery ticket parlay there, but the actual round robin, you got to take some shots. Here's what I went with. I went with Southern Miss. I went with Jacksonville State. I went with Arkansas. I went with Texas A&M. I went with Cal. And then I took a shot to the fences and sprinkled in South Alabama there. Little Duke Cal moneyline parlay. Don't hate it.
Yeah.
And then to end the slate, I got a stinky, gross, no good teaser for the people. Here's what I'm teasing, boys. UConn down to -2. I'm teasing Pitt down to -1.5.
Okay.
I'm teasing Bowling Green up to +11. I'm teasing ECU down to 3.5, -3.5. I'm teasing Boston College down to -8 versus Stanford.
That is the grossest.
+350. +350.
350 for all of them? Man, that is the grossest teaser.
All that shit to happen for 350.
Yeah, 5 teams. I'm thinking. I thought about also just doing a pleaser. Thought about doing a little pleaser. I might do that next week. Let's make some monies on Texas A&M, Florida, Southern Miss, FIU moneyline round robin. I hit the Lakers, Delaware, Bowling Green, FAU, and Duke.
That's got to be the shittiest. You look at like quality of football teams.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Any other thoughts, takes? Week 3 is going to be electric. The quad box will be up and running. Lots of great games today.
I missed the Octo box. I'm ready to see the Octo box again. We don't have Red Zone anymore, so I can't get the Octo box.
Red Zone with commercials.
Disgusting.
Red Zone with commercials. Yeah.
No more
right.
football. Sad day.
Thank you all for watching. We appreciate you. We love you. And we'll see you next time for another episode of the College Football Tailgate Big Show. We'll be back for week